Hello everyone, welcome back to part 15 of our Endless Runner tutorial series. Today, we'll be adding a Skyline to our game. Before we start, if you want the models I used in this video and my game loopers, you can download them from Kitbash 3D. The link is in the description below. Now, let's get started. In Unreal Engine, go to the content browser, find the runner folder, then blueprints, and select BP_floor. Press Ctrl+D to duplicate it, naming the duplicate BP_buildings. Open it, and in the event graph, delete the set current score, change speed nodes, and extend floor node. In the construction script, delete all nodes connected to it, and then delete all functions in the blueprint except getAttachPoint. In the viewport, select the floor static mesh, duplicate it, unlock the scale, and set the X value to 40, Y value to 70, and Z value to 0.5. Now, change the position of the duplicated floor like I did. Duplicate the floor again and position it on the other side. You don't need the middle small tile, so you can remove it. For the buildings, I'm using models from Kitbash 3D's Neo City Mini Kit. You can download the project files for Unreal Engine from the link in the description. In this video, I'm using Kitbash 3D's desktop app Cargo. To import the models from Cargo to Unreal Engine, install the plugin to your project. I've already done this in my project. Now, I'm importing the business block buildings to the Endless Runner project. When I hit import, the models are brought into Unreal Engine. It's really easy to set up. After importing the building models in BP_buildings, from the Components tab, add an arrow. Rename the arrow to SP1 and move it to the middle of the left or right floor tile, as I did. Now, duplicate the spawn point arrow, move it to the middle of the tile in the x-axis, and duplicate it again, moving the arrow to the other end of the floor tile in the x-axis. Create a new function called Spawn Buildings. From the execution pin of Spawn Buildings, add a sequence node and a few pins to it. From the 0 pin, add a switch on integer node with additional pins. Now, go to the Blueprints folder, create a new folder called Buildings, and inside it, create a new blueprint class. Choose actor type and name it BP_building1. Open it, go to the folder where your building model is located. Select the static mesh, and add a static mesh component from the Add Component tab. This automatically imports the selected mesh. In the viewport, adjust the mesh position in the z-axis to align with the grid. Compile and save. Duplicate BP_building1. Open the duplicate, select the static mesh, choose another building static mesh from the content browser, and insert it into BP_building2. Adjust its z-axis position, compile, and save. Now, go to BP_buildings, the one with floors and not buildings. In the spawn building function, from the 0 pin of the switch on int node, add an add child actor component. Select the node, go to the Details tab, and choose BP_building1 from the child actor class dropdown. Right-click on the relative transform of the Add Child Actor component node, and select Split Struct Pin. Hey everyone, it's me. While editing the video, I realized I made a mistake during recording. Not sure what I was thinking, but no big deal. I mentioned splitting pins, but you can just connect them regularly. My bad for making it sound complicated. Splitting or not doesn't really matter, it just affects how the nodes look. So, feel free to ignore the splitting of transform pins and connect them as usual. Sorry for any confusion. From the Components tab, drag and drop the SP1 arrow into the graph. From it, add Get Relative Transform. Go to the construction script, drag and drop the spawn buildings function onto the construction script, connect the pin, then compile. Now go to the viewport. If the rotation of the building is wrong, you can rotate it by going to the building blueprint, selecting the static mesh, and rotating it. You can adjust the position of the spawn points arrows as you like. To spawn more than one building at a spawn point, in the Spawn Buildings function, duplicate the Add Child Actor component. Change the Child Actor class in the Details tab to the other building blueprint. Connect the Input Execution pin to the second pin of the Switch On Int node. Connect all the Get Relative Transform return value pins, except the Location Z pin, to the respective pins of the Add Child Actor component. I changed the selection value of the Switch On Int node to 1 to check if the location of the second building we added is correct. Now, go to the Content browser and to the Buildings folder. Duplicate the building blueprint and name it BP_Buildings 3. Open it, select the static mesh, go to the folder where you have your building meshes, in BP_Buildings 3, Detail tab, click on the insert arrow below the static mesh dropdown to insert the static mesh you selected. Adjust its Z-axis location, compile, and save. Go back to BP_Buildings. In the Spawn Buildings function, duplicate the Add Child Actor component. In the Details tab, from the Child Actor class dropdown, choose BP_Buildings 3. Connect the Transform pins to Get Relative Transform node, and finally, connect the Execution pin to the Switch On Int node. Now, from the selection pin of the Switch On Int node, add a random integer in range node and set the max value to the number of pins you have in the Switch On Int node. For me, I have 3 pins, 0 to 2, and the last pin number is 2, so I will set the max value to 2. Here, I'm adding another building. It's simple like before, so I'm going to fast forward it. After adding another building, the Switch On Int node now has a total of 4 execution pins, and the last pin number is 3, so I will change the max value of the random integer in range to 3. Compile and save. Go to the viewport, and every time you compile, the building will change. Now let's make the buildings spawn on other spawn points. Go to the spawn buildings function, select all the nodes after the sequence node, and duplicate them. Move the nodes so they don't overlap. Connect the then 1 pin of the sequence node to the duplicated switch on int. Duplicate the nodes again and connect the duplicated switch on int to then 2 of the sequence node. Now, replace the SP1 node with SP2 and SP3 for the duplicated nodes. Compile the blueprint, then go to the viewport. If the meshes overlap, select any of the spawn point arrows and adjust their locations until they don't overlap. Because I'm using very few models of the building, there is a high chance of the same building spawning multiple times on one tile, so I recommend using more than 5 models. Now, we added the buildings to one side of the tile. Let's make them spawn on the other side. It's really simple like before. Select all the spawn point arrows from the component tab and duplicate them. So there will be a total of 6 spawn points. Now, select the duplicated spawn points and move them to the opposite side of the tile. Rotate the arrows 180 degrees in the Z-axis. Go to the spawn buildings function, add a few more pins to the sequence node. Duplicate all the nodes after the sequence pin and adjust their locations. Then, connect the execution pins of switch on int nodes to the sequence node. Now, replace the SP1, SP2, and SP3 nodes with SP4, SP5, and SP6 for the duplicated nodes. Compile and go to the viewport. You can see the building spawning. You can also rotate the spawn point arrow so the building will spawn rotated. Now that we have created the blueprint for the buildings, let's make it spawn in the game. In the content browser, go to the blueprints folder, then open BP_runner game mode. Create a new function called Add Buildings. Add spawn actors from class. From the dropdown, select BP_buildings blueprint. From the spawn transform pin, promote it to a new variable called buildings spawn point. From the return value, add getAttachPoint. If you don't see this function, you might have deleted it in the BP_buildings blueprint. If you deleted it, you can copy and paste the function from BP_floor. From the return value of the getAttachPoint, add the setBuildings spawn point node. From it, add AddArray node. Connect the return value of the spawn actor of class node to the add node. From the return value of the spawn actor of class node, add makeArray. From the array pin, promote it to a new variable named BP_buildings. Then, delete the makeArray node and the variable from the graph. Now, from the array pin of the ADD node, add getBP_buildings variable. Create a new function called Extend Buildings. From the execution pin, add buildings. Then, add a branch node. Now, add getBP_buildings variable. From it, add length. From it, add greater than node and set the secondary value between 5 to 10. Connect the Boolean pin to the branch node. Again, add getBP_buildings. Then, add get a copy. From it, add destroy actor node and connect the execution pin to the true pin of the branch node. From the execution pin of the branch node, add remove item node. Connect the return value of the get node to the remove node and connect the BP_buildings variable to the array pin of the remove node. Go to the event graph, select event begin play, move it a bit further, and add a sequence node. From then one pin, add a for loop node and set the last index value to 5. Then, add buildings node. Compile and save. Open BP_buildings blueprint. In the event graph, in as runner game mode, add extend buildings. In the viewport, select the box collision. For some reason, I have 2 box collisions here, so I'm deleting one. Select the box collision, then increase its scale in the y-axis. Now select the 2 tiles and change their material if you have any ground material. I'm using the floor material that came with the buildings when I imported them. Go to the level and press play. You'll notice the buildings are all spawned on top of each other. To fix this, open BP_buildings, select any one floor tile, duplicate it, and adjust it like I did. Select the arrow that is in the middle of the tiles and move it forward. Select the duplicated tile, and in the Details tab, choose Hidden in Game. Go to the level and press play. You can see the buildings spawned, but there is a gap between them. So, exit the game, go to BP_buildings, and adjust the arrow position until there is no gap between them. After fixing the gap, you can delete the duplicated floor tile. Now go to the level and press play. You can see the buildings spawned. You can add more buildings or other stuff like street lamps, etc. I just showed you with buildings. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you encounter any errors or need assistance, feel free to contact me via email or Discord. You can find the details in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.